Why Game of Thrones sucks. Season 1, Episode 5, The Wolf and the Lion. The further I get into Season 1, the more I realize it should have been 3, maybe 4 episodes total instead of 10 episodes. Because I'm 5 episodes in, and I'm pretty sure they could have covered it in 1.5 full episodes. There is so much filler. Bran was in it very briefly, refusing to say the Lannisters' words and whining that his mommy is gone. He is still terrible. Theon was in it to have sex with a whore and then complain about the whore having sex with Tyrion. And that was their whole role. It took up way too much time. God, I hate this show. But it starts with Ned. He's looking into the death of Sir Hugh, who died in a jousting accident that was probably intentional. But he is a terrible, terrible detective. And I don't know why he keeps doing this to himself. He's going to get himself killed and probably going to get his kids killed as well. They go right back to the tournament where the Mountain takes on the Knight of the Flowers and loses, and then they establish his bona fides as a psycho. He cuts his horse's head off. He attacks Sir Loras. His brother, the Hound, is the only thing that stops him from killing Sir Loras. The king bellows at them, and that's the whole scene. We go to Tyrion, who was so recently kidnapped by Catelyn. They're on the road to the Eyrie. He tries to get him to, at least cut his bonds. It's like, I can't go anywhere. The Hill Tribes will attack me and kill me. Catelyn says, the Hill Tribes are the least of your concerns. And then they're immediately attacked by the Hill Tribes. Catelyn has never been right about anything in the history of this show. And apparently they don't ever want her to be right. She has no credibility. She's an idiot. I want her to die sooner rather than later. The Hill Tribes attack. Tyrion defends himself. Bronn kills a bunch of people. We're getting to know Bronn now. Bronn is a great character. Wants Tyrion to have a woman now that he beat a man to death with a shield. And later wants some climbing spikes so he can impregnate the Eyrie. Bronn is great. He is the best thing about this episode, easily. And his time is brief, which is sad. There are a couple of minor scenes with Arya chasing a cat. She ends up in the dungeons. She overhears Varys and Lord Illo, or whatever the hell his name is, from Pentos. They don't have him in the show very often. Who are backing the Targaryens for the throne. Right now, they're still backing Viserys. But, they will jump if the wind blows them even lightly in another direction. They're not very reliable. Arya overhears it, escapes, tells Ned about it. Ned kind of blows it off. The Night's Watch shows up. He tells Ned about Catelyn's massive and overwhelming stupidity in kidnapping Tyrion. He kind of blows that off to go further investigate Robert's bastards. There are so many. King Robert and Cersei have a whole meeting where they talk about how much they hate each other and how much they're scared of the Dothraki. Apparently, if the Dothraki come over, they're all just doomed, is kind of the impression you get. And it doesn't make either character more likable or more relatable in any way, so I guess it's just there to show that they're full of hatred and cowardice. Neat. And it ends with Ned in a whorehouse talking to a whore that Robert had a kid with. He goes outside. Jaime Lannister shows up understandably annoyed that they kidnapped his brother. Ned takes full responsibility for this. So Jaime kills all of his men, and somebody spears him through the leg. And Jaime's like, well, I guess that's good enough. Gets up and rides off. And that is the whole episode. That is all that happened. There really was no Sansa, no Jon Snow, no Samwell. And not much happened. They save everything for the last 3 minutes of every episode. And they just have a bunch of boring talking with no consequence. It's not like they're developing their characters or establishing intrigue or pointing to future plot lines. So I have no idea what the hell they're thinking with some of this stuff. Just, we have 10 episodes, we have to make it 10 episodes, and that's fine, but you don't have to end where you end. You don't have to just pick a random point you're going to get to and then only get to that point. They could have done the first 2 seasons at least in this season, and it would have been a much better show. But we're going to milk it for all it's worth and waste my time. Bastards.